Happy New Year's, y'all. Happy motherfucking New Year's up in this bitch. Story time, my friends. God bless America. Mushroom story time. Nonetheless. So basically in my introduction basically into self-grown, self-cultivated mushrooms. Um, because I had shroomed plenty of times before I ever got involved in cultivating mushrooms. But when we did start cultivating, I'm talking about me and my old friend, I guess you could say. um, we started growing these shrooms. It was him. He basically was the one who did it. He ordered the spores. He ordered the kit. I don't know exactly. I wasn't there when he sterilized everything or nothing, or he made the mushroom growing container out of a regular like camping cooler, like a 16-quart red cooler with the top cut off, and he had a piece of um, the clear glass, the plexiglass on top to let light in, and he just grew them under, you know, uh, um, he set the cooler by a glass door and just let the sunlight that came in from it was like on the south side of the house or whatever, where the mushrooms would grow, kind of, so it didn't really get direct sunlight. But anyways, he was growing Amazonian and B plus, and he did great. He was getting all these huge flushes, and so one time we were interested in um, lemon tech, or he wanted to try some lemon tech, so he did this like quadruple strength um, orange juice concoction with 3 or 4 different, all mixed together, and yeah, we got so high that so quick that it was an interesting day, but I didn't get any true expressions off the mushrooms that day, and so um, one day I was at home just chilling, and all of a sudden he comes over on the 4-wheeler on the quad, and he's high as fuck, and he's like, yeah, these dogs are chasing me, and yada yada. And so he comes over to my house, like, looking for some type of sanctuary almost, you know what I mean? Check that song out by The Cult. I was like, I'll be talking about that in a second. It's a long story, Jesus. But um he came over and he was all high, and I was like, nah, there ain't no dogs chasing you, just cool out, and so he's chilling on my couch and everything, and my fiance was at work, so it was just me and him there. And so I was like, boy, dang dog, I was like, you got any more of them mushrooms? So anyways, what basically had happened was he had given me the tub, the cooler, to finish growing out any more flushes that were going to come, and to grow them at my house. So he gave the cooler to me, so I was growing them in my back room. I got a few shrooms out of it, but the thing was, he was getting so many big shrooms off these cakes that he basically saved the biggest, baddest ones and kept them all in a little container in his room. So I was like, man, where's you got any more shrooms left? Like where's? And so he goes, get on the quad, drive over to my house, go in my room. They're up on the shelf in this, this tin and everything. So I jumped on the quad, drove over to his house. Didn't even knock on his front door, just walked right in. Hey, everybody, in and out I went. And they're like, down the road I went. So cruise back to my house. I get inside, get to the table or whatever, open up this tin. I start laying out all these shrooms. Ended up laying out like probably, I think it was somewhere around like 8 shrooms. Anywhere from like 6 to 10 shrooms I laid out, and they were all like, hand length, long, 5-6 inch shrooms. And I didn't weigh them, but I knew that it was a heroic dose. I knew that. If I had to guess, it was probably around 10 grams, or hovering right around there, give or take. So anyways, I ate these shrooms, and we went on a walk. And as we were walking down the street, the road was like the back of a anaconda, or like a python. It was like walking down a giant snake. So I knew I was getting high pretty good. He's like, yeah, let's go to the graveyard. I'm like, man, you're tripping, fool. I ain't going to the graveyard and shit. Fuck that. I'm way too high for this bullshit and everything, whatever. So we kind of turned around and started walking back. And as we were walking back, that's when it happened. That's when I had contact, alien contact, I believe is what it was. I'm not sure if I saw the ship that the entity was in. I think it may have been a ship, or like a flying saucer type thing. When you're looking at it, it's kind of hard to tell exactly what it is, because you're in such a altered state of consciousness. So anyways, I was walking up and I looked over down towards the house, and I saw this like refracting, like revolving, like almost, it looked like either like a portal, or like a sacrificial, like something maybe going down into the ground. But I couldn't tell what it was. At first I thought it was people, like 40 people all standing around in a circle, and the whole thing was moving. And basically, as I walked and we got up closer to the driveway, I kept my eye on it, and it moved, and it started coming, and it came up, and it started walking down the driveway to meet me as I walked past. And it was perfect timing. It came up, and it was huge. It was like 8 feet tall. Its head was like, a total DMT like entity type, refracting, like diamond shaped head with like flames and stuff coming out of it, like all like like sunbeams or something. It was gorgeous. And so I felt intended to talk to it. So as it came up to me face to face, I'm like looking up like this. I was like, we mean you no harm. We're just out on a walk. And that's when my friend grabbed me by my arm, or my sleeve or something, pulled me back towards him, to keep on going. And so we kept on going, and we got home, and got inside, and we were chilling out. I'm like running in and out of the front door, in and out of the house, just walking back and forth out in the front yard, coming in. Then all of a sudden, my fiance comes home from work. I can hear her driving up, and she pulls in the driveway and gets out and like, babe, I'm frying. She gets this big smile on her face because like her boyfriend previous to me or something had grown salvia. So if you think about it, she never talked about it, but she probably has taken a hit of salvia, and you know what happens when I've never smoked salvia, but it's like a DMT trip. You get out there. So, anyways, she's a little psychedelic chick, hippie chick, fucking Wiccan, all that, spiritual, yada yada. So she's like, cool, we get inside. She's like, I'm gonna show you movies. She's like movie DJ. She's putting on the perfect movie for the perfect, occasion, for the right moment and stuff. And she put on oh gosh, what's the name of it? With what's his name, and with the archangels and all that movie. They got the black eyes, and the name of the actors. The Prophecy. The Prophecy one was the movie. So I watched that, and I was in it. I was tripping out, like loving it. Just cuck-faced in shock. Basically, as the homie Nate says, shouts out Nate. But then after that movie was over, she's like, I got one even better. I'm gonna put on Howl's Moving Castle, an animated movie, because she's an artist, she was into comic book art and nerdy shit like that. So she put on Howl's Moving Castle. Let me tell you, that movie is insane to watch on her road dose. And I was wigging out, laughing, like not even like I can't handle it. It was just too much to watch some of the parts of that movie. So I would freak out and laugh, and they would just be rolling, like laughing at me because I was just so blown away. The look on my face must have been crazy. And so, yeah, it was a great time. Thank the higher powers and the universe for allowing all that to line up and coincide at the right time and everything. But yeah, that was an amazing night, and I'm still processing that. That was many years ago, back in '09 or something. And it's a never you never quite can truly understand what happened, who that was, how and why, and how, so thank you, mushrooms, and thank y'all. I guess I could just pretty much leave it there. All right, y'all. Stay up, stay blessed. Peace out.